A scary situation, Broncos country, as a key Denver Broncos defender has suffered a potentially career-threatening injury. Now, the Denver Broncos are a team that does not publicly disclose injuries in the offseason. It's been their policy ever since Sean Payton got here. So, any reports of injuries that are going to come out are going to basically have to come straight from the player. And that is what happened in this case. Bringing in this article here from Pro Football Talk, PJ Locke announced in a docu-series video on his personal YouTube channel that he underwent spinal fusion surgery during the offseason, apparently right after the wild card game. So, apparently, there are no guarantees that PJ is going to return to play football ever again. That was stated in this docuseries. And whenever you hear about an NFL player having spinal fusion surgery, more often than not, it ends in a retirement. Peyton Manning is the exception. He's not the rule. Peyton Manning famously had spinal fusion surgery in his neck and came back to have some of the best seasons of his NFL career. But the difference between Peyton Manning and PJ Locke is Peyton is a quarterback. He's not a hard-hitting safety that's going to be putting his head and neck in jeopardy on every single play. Yes, Peyton took hits after he came back from that injury, but he's not delivering hits like PJ's going to have to, and I definitely have some concerns about this. He shared a video of a meeting with his surgeon after the surgery on February 10th. The degenerated discs in his L4 and L5 vertebrae led to it becoming bone on bone. So the surgeon fused the spine with a cage and screws. PJ Locke told the Denver Post, "How I felt the first week after surgery, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get better after this." 5 months later, though, he said he's got no pain levels, which is absolutely awesome to hear. Even the little bit of pain I do have from certain movements, it's nothing compared to what I was dealing with during the season. I feel like it's been a miracle. I feel like it's a breakthrough I've been praying for. It came out of a blessing that I wasn't expecting. I hope that PJ Locke is able to make a full and complete recovery, and I hope that he is able to resume his NFL career. But just because he feels good right now, we're going to have to see how he feels once he starts ramping back up into football activities, in particular when he's playing real live bullets and he's having to deliver hits. I'm wondering how his body is going to respond to that. So I would say that we need to proceed right now with sort of cautious optimism with PJ Locke. He was a complete non-participant in all of the Denver Broncos offseason activities. We will see if he participates at all in training camp. Now, the Denver Broncos obviously went out and signed Talanoa Hufanga to effectively replace PJ Locke in the starting lineup at safety. But I strongly believe that PJ Locke was still going to have an important role on this defense as the dime backer when the Denver Broncos got into 6 defensive back sets. So now, if we look at the Denver Broncos' remaining depth here, I think this is going to put more pressure on guys like J.L. Skinner and Devon Key in particular to step up into that dime role. Maybe Jaquan McMillan can do it in certain situations, but I believe he's a little bit too small to play as an actual dime backer. J.L. Skinner is probably going to be the best bet here to step into that role if PJ Locke is unable to play. Again, I am hoping for nothing but the best for PJ Locke in his recovery, and above all else, I want him to be able to return to a normal life and not have any ramifications moving forward. Football is secondary here. If he's able to return to play football for the Denver Broncos or any other team, that is freaking awesome, and I am pulling for him to do that. But right now, the Denver Broncos probably need to operate under the assumption that they're not going to have PJ Locke, and anything they get from him this season and beyond is house money. So, again, man, I wish nothing but the best for PJ Locke, but I think about a lot of other players who have had this similar injury. The most recent example that comes to mind is Chris Carson, the former running back of the Seattle Seahawks. He had this injury, and it ended his career. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully he's able to defy the odds and come back from this, but again, like I said, I think the Broncos need to operate under the assumption right now that PJ Locke will not be a part of the team in 2025. So, very unfortunate. I hope he's able to recover. And yeah, man, it's just a really crappy situation. Alright guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well, subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.